So, hello everyone, this is Bhante Joe here, and I'm just here at the ancient ruins of Kuragala actually, and this is an ancient cave, and thought to record a short Dhamma discussion for the internet. So I thought that could start with just a little meditation, so can lean forward a bit and arch the spine, and look about 3 feet in front, and close our eyes. And can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side. Wishing may all beings to my right be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can make the mind infinite, can make it unbounded, all the way to the ends of the universe and beyond, in every dimension. May all beings to my right be happy and at ease. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side and our left hand side. May all beings to my right and my left be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can make the mind infinite, can make it unbounded, all the way to the ends of the universe and beyond, in every dimension. May all beings to my right and my left be happy and at ease. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side, our left hand side, and in front. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side, our left hand side, in front and behind. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side, our left hand side, in front, behind, and above. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right hand side, our left hand side, in front, behind, above, below, all around in every direction, everywhere. May all beings all around in every direction, everywhere be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can make the mind infinite, can make it unbounded, all the way to the ends of the universe and beyond, in every dimension. May all beings all around everywhere be happy and at ease. And can open our eyes and do a short Dhamma discussion. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. So I hope that everybody is having a great day wherever it might be. And I just came out here to Kurogala, which is an ancient Buddhist monastery. And it started to rain, but luckily there's this ancient Buddhist cave here. And so I thought to record a short Dhamma discussion for the internet. Steve Linder from the Daily Dhamma Study Group, Buddhist Pali Canon Study Group on the internet, on Facebook, had asked a series of questions about mudita, and so thought to record a short Dhamma discussion in response to some of those questions. So the first question that he'd asked was, how does the Buddha define mudita in the suttas? And so basically in the four Brahmaviharas formula, mudita means like empathetic joy. It's kind of in the standard formula, the Buddha doesn't explicitly say this, mudita just means, like the Pali word means like appreciation. And basically this is generally taken to mean empathetic joy. You appreciate, you're happy when somebody else is happy. He doesn't explicitly spell it out, but that's what the word generally means and makes sense in the context of the other Brahmaviharas. So another question was, how does Metta influence mudita? So, why is metta important for the cultivation of mudita? And so metta is this attitude of universal goodwill, or goodwill for all beings. And mudita is seen to be, in some cases, can be seen to be an extension of what a person who has goodwill for another feels when they see them doing well. When one sees another person doing well, and one has goodwill for them, then one feels this empathetic joy. One feels happy that they've succeeded, and one wishes them more success. This attitude of mudita is also quite important because, interestingly enough, these things are conjoined, metta and mudita in a sense, but one may find that if one cultivates only metta, only goodwill, one may find that one's hatred for other people doesn't arise as frequently. But one can still become jealous at their success. And so there's these two prongs. One, actually, the actual specific cultivation of mudita in meditation is something that brings about the specific result of getting rid of jealousy. This kind of aspect of jealousy is something that can be a big hindrance in a person's meditation, because when a person is meditating, this was one of the questions he asked, I think, was kind of why is mudita, how is it used, or why is it used in meditation, is that basically if this attitude of jealousy comes up, then that's something that can destroy one's concentration. I was once on a retreat with Ajahn Thanissaro, and a fellow at the retreat asked him, he was actually saying, he was giving this talk at the retreat, and he said, if one feels like, Ajahn Thanissaro said this, if one feels like, I've got the jhanas, other people don't have the jhanas, if one's like, I'm happy, I have these, other people don't, that will take one out of the jhanas. This is what he said. So actually one of Steve's questions was, how does mudita relate to the jhanas? And so this is the explanation from Ajahn Thanissaro. Basically, kind of a very unwholesome mind state of jealousy arises, and that will cut off the kind of the wholesome the wholesome qualities needed to attain jhana. Kind of pull one out, pull one into jealousy, being upset or disgruntled that somebody else has more praise or more beauty or more whatever it might be. One of the things about the cultivation of mudita is that this is kind of it. Not only on the level of getting rid of jealousy, it also makes sense in the Buddha's teachings to have mudita. If one has this attitude of empathetic appreciation, then that will actually that will make it easier for one to associate with people who are better than one at things. Easier for one to associate with people who have more wisdom, who have better concentration, who have better sila. If one is happy that they have these things, then one has the opportunity to learn from them. And so this attitude of mudita carries over into actually finding good friends in real life. If one is very jealous, it's very difficult to become friends with somebody who's better than one at something. And kind of one will be jealous, one will want to compete. But instead, the Buddha recommends this attitude of being happy, rejoicing when one finds somebody who's superior to oneself in wholesome qualities. There's this touching sutta called the Vinitavatu Sutta, where Venerable Sariputta, who's the Buddha's chief disciple, second only to the Buddha, he hears about a monk named Punamantani Putta, who's said to be very wise by his companions in the holy life. And the thought that he has to himself is, oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if I had the opportunity to meet Punamantani Putta and we could have some discussion. So at a later time, Punamantani Putta comes, and one of the bhikkhus comes and says to Venerable Sariputta, you should know, Venerable Sir, that just paraphrasing here, that Punamantani Putta, who you've spoken of so highly, has now arrived. So Venerable Sariputta goes to see him, and they have this Dhamma exchange where basically Venerable Sariputta, who's the most skilled in wisdom, he goes and questions Punamantani Putta. He asks him a series of different questions about how, questions about the Dhamma, which is when Punamantani Putta gives the simile of the relay chariots. And instead of being jealous, oh, here's somebody who's also skilled in wisdom, here's somebody, Venerable Sariputta doesn't see him as a competitor, he becomes very happy after he gives this talk. And he says, it's a great gain for us that we have a companion like you in the holy life. I think he even says, you deserve to be carried around by people because of your wisdom. And then Punamantani Putta asks Venerable Sariputta, what's your name? And he says, my name is Venerable Sariputta. And Punamantani Putta says, oh, I didn't even know I was discussing with the person who's like the Sasada, like the Buddha himself. And so they both appreciate each other's good qualities. So this attitude of empathetic joy is something that can run right through one's Buddhist path, run right through one's Buddhist practice, because it can go from right from associating with good people, being happy when one has found people who are better than one, and taking them up as friends, taking on whatever advice they might apply. It can progress through giving one the qualities of appreciation necessary to protect oneself from jealousy, so that one can meditate with a peaceful mind, so that one's mind doesn't get overcome, say, if one is on a retreat or even meditating alone and thinking, oh, this person's much better than me, gonna get angry. Or one doesn't have success in one's meditation and become conceited because of that, thinking, oh, I'm better, these people are worse. This kind of attitude is also something that one could potentially look at with mudita, this attitude of happiness when somebody else does worse. One could feel sad, it'd be better if I had friends who were excellent. So those things, in this way, through studying with good friends, through cultivating more peaceful states of meditation, it can help. But also, one of the questions Steve asked is basically, why is mudita important on the path to arahantship? And there's actually a sutta where the Buddha says that if one is jealous, one can attain arahantship with jealousy, with this kind of attitude of wanting what other people have, not being content with what one has oneself. So there was this time when the Buddha was interacting with Hataka, the Sakyan. He was a Sakyan, anyways, Hataka, he's a householder. And he's praised by the Buddha. And somebody goes and reports this to Hataka, the householder. And Hataka says, well, I hope there wasn't any white-clad lay people there. And then they go report that to the Buddha, and the Buddha says, remember, Hataka is being endowed with this other excellent quality, which is fewness of wishes. So in other words, when one isn't jealous, doesn't covet what one wants, one becomes covet what another person has, one becomes more content with what one has oneself. And this kind of contentment with what one has goes directly against the current of craving. So without eliminating jealousy, it's not possible for one to reach the end of the Buddhist path. So mudita, or this Brahmavihara of empathetic joy, of appreciating, being happy when other people succeed, when they do well, is a current that can run right from the beginning of one's Buddhist path right through to the end. Right from cultivating good friends to developing meditation, all the way into the end of the fetters, until arahantship. Okay, so leave that for reflection, and hope that everybody has a great day wherever it might be, and wishing you all the blessings of Dhamma practice. Pati Pati Saranai.